Hello everyone, I'm Poonam Chaubey. I'm ready with first chapter of Geography, Resources and Development. The chapter is Resources. The contents of the chapters are: number 1, definition of resources; number 2, characteristics of resources. After that we will see the types of resources, in which we will see detailed classification of natural resources, then human-made resources, human resources. After that we will talk about the conservation of resources. Then come principles of sustainable development. Now the question is, what is a resource? Anything that can be used to satisfy a need is a resource. Means whatever we use, whatever things we use which satisfy our need, all the things used by us are resources. For example, see the picture. Number 1, water. Water we use for drinking purpose. Water is also used for generation of electricity, provide us energy. So it is a resource. Mineral oil, what we extract from the ground, that is used for running vehicles, used as a fuel. Next, forest. See, from forest we get varieties of things for our use. Wood, food and medicine, pulp. We also use it for recreation purpose. It is also home of wildlife, or from wildlife we get varieties of things. We also get rubber, cotton, etc. from the forest. So forests are also resources. Rock, we also use it for construction purpose to make our shelter. Minerals are used for manufacturing varieties of things. So minerals are also resources. Soil is used for cultivation of crops, which provide us varieties of food items, many cash items. So it is also a resource. Animals also provide us varieties of things. So we can say all these are example of resources. The main characteristics and types of resources are: first, utility or usability. Anything become resource when we use it. Means if it has utility for us. Value, if anything is usable for us, so means we value it. We want to have it, or to get it we work hard. We pay money. The value is of two types: economic value, either we pay money to get it, or other than economic value, means we don't pay money, but after having it we get satisfied, like beautiful sceneries. Beautiful sceneries, uh, to view it we don't pay money, but after viewing we get satisfied, we feel satisfaction, so it is also resource. Now we will see classification of resources. Whatever things we use, all the things are of three types. First, natural; second, man-made; and third is human. Natural resources. whatever we get directly from nature and use it without much modification, without bringing too much changes in it, then it is called natural resources. Example: sunlight, forest, rock, air, animal, minerals, oil, water, soil, etc. Next, man-made. There are many things available in nature which is not usable for us. So we bring some changes in them. After bringing changes, they become more usable, more valuable for us. So these resources which are modified by human being for use called man-made resources. Then human resource. Human beings have been kept in a special resource because they not only use the resources according to their need, they also bring changes, make them more valuable. So human beings are another types of resources. Now we will see classification of natural resources. Natural resources are classified on various bases. First classification is based on the level of development. On the basis of level of development, resources are classified into actual resources and potential resources. Actual resources means resources which are being used at present. Quality and quantity of resources are known for us. To get this, technology is available. For example, coal deposit found in Ruhr region of Germany, coal deposits of Jharia, Dhanbad, petroleum in West Asia, which are being obtained and used at present. All these are example of actual resources. Now potential resources are also called resources of future. Quantity may not be known for us, means may be known or not known for us. Technology may not be advanced enough to easily utilize these resources, so we are not using it at present. But may in near future we develop the technology, we can have it easily, then we will use in future. For example, uranium found in Ladakh beneath the thick sheets of ice. At present, we are not using it. It is not accessible for us easily, so we are not using it. So it is the resource of future. Based on origin, resources are classified into abiotic resources and biotic resources. Abiotic resources are obtained from non-living things. Example: soil, rock, minerals, sunlight, etc. While biotic resources are obtained from living things, from plants, animals. Now, based on renewability or exhaustibility, resources are classified into two categories: renewable resources, it is also called non-exhaustible resources, while another is called non-renewable resources or exhaustible resources. Renewable resources, the resources which get renewed or replenished very quickly, as some of them are unlimited in nature. For example, solar energy, wind energy, while other can be used again and again but not get finished or exhausted, like soil and forest. We can use it again and again. And non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources which get exhausted either due to their limited stock, or it takes very long period of time to get renewed or replenished. Example, coal, petroleum, natural gas, all types of minerals. Minerals take thousands of years in its formation. So it is example of exhaustible resource. Based on distribution, resources are classified into ubiquitous resource and localized resources. Ubiquitous resources are those resources which are found everywhere like air, air we breathe, land, while localized resources are found only at certain places like mineral deposits, copper, iron ore, coal, etc. Time and technology are two factors which help in development of resources. For example, speed of wind. 200 years ago, speed of wind was not used for running windmills, so it was not a resource. But now, speed of wind is used for running windmills, so it is resource. So we can say that time and technology change the quality of resources, help in development of resources. Now we will see factors affecting distribution of natural resources. The factors are physical factors. In physical factors, there are terrain. Terrain means natural slope and types of rocks. Climate, which include temperature and moisture. Altitude, height above sea level. As these factors vary from place to place, that is why resources are also unevenly distributed over the earth surface. Now we will see human-made resources. There are so many things available in nature which are not usable for us. So people bring some changes to make them more usable. Sometimes to make the natural substances more usable, people bring changes in its original form, or these things or substance which are modified by human being are known as human-made resources. For example, buildings, road, bridges, machines, vehicles, etc. Technology is also a human-made resource. Human resource. People can make the best use of natural resource and create more resources by using their knowledge, skill and technology. Or that is why people are considered as human resources or kept in a separate category. They not only use the resources, they also capable in bringing about changes in resources to make them more valuable, more usable according to their needs. Now we will see human resource development. Improving the quality of people's skill by providing them education, health facilities, etc., so that they can create more resources is known as human resource development. As we saw, resources are very important for us. They are unevenly distributed over the Earth's surface. Some of them are limited in nature. So, due to excessive use, they get exhausted from us and create problem in our development. So, it becomes very important for us to conserve them. Conservation of resources or resource conservation means utilization of resources carefully without its wastage so that it can get time to renew is known as conservation of resources, and it would be available for our future generation also. Sustainable development, balancing the need to use resources and also conserve them for the future by taking care of environment is called sustainable development. Means it includes both resource conservation as well as environmental protection. In resource conservation, we talk about conservation of resource only, while in sustainable development, we talk about conservation of resources together with protection of environment. Because if we develop the resource, protect the resource, but don't protect our surrounding, so it can create other issues like health problem. So we can't develop the resource. That is why sustainable development is very important for us. Now we will see some principles of sustainable development. Number one principle: respect and care for all form of life. As we know, nature has created varieties of things, various form of life, and all have its importance. To maintain the ecological balance, each and every life on the earth is important. So we should have respect and care for all form of life. Second, improve the quality of human life. Third, conserve the earth's vitality and diversity. Fourth, minimize the depletion of natural resources. Next, change personal attitude and practices towards the environment. And last, enable communities to care for their own environment. So these are some principles of sustainable development. We should follow it for sustainable development and conservation of resources.